Hey there, quilters. We live in a world that gives us plenty of reasons to feel anxious, overwhelmed, or just completely drained. For me, quilting has always been more than just a hobby. It's been a safe place. It's been a way to quiet my mind when everything feels like it's just too loud. And science actually backs this up. Quilting is real powerful benefits for mental health. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kristen with Icy Stars Quilting, and if you love all things quilting, projects, inspiration, and a little creative self-care thrown in there, you are exactly where you belong. Today, we're going to talk about the unexpected ways quilting can help with stress, anxiety, and the overall mental well-being. But before we get started, I would love to hear from you. I want to hear your own personal take on this subject. If quilting has helped you through like a really tough time. So let's make the comment section a place of encouragement and support. Please stay away from negative comments. I and everybody else on this planet would really, really appreciate it if you didn't go into the negative side of the comment section, and let's keep it positive, okay? Has quilting helped you through some really tough times? I would love to hear about it. So benefit number one that quilting has is quilting can calm anxiety and stress. Have you ever sat down to quilt and within a few minutes you realize that like your breathing has slowed, your shoulders have relaxed, and everything just feels a little bit easier because your mind is a little bit more distracted. It's not just in your head. Quilting actually triggers a relaxation response in the brain, right? It's in the brain. And science shows that repetitive focused activities like sewing, like puzzling, like drawing, lots of different art themed activities can actually lower your cortisol levels. That's your stress hormone, and it increases dopamine, which is of course, your happy hormone. So, in other words, quilting is kind of like a form of meditation with fabric. I don't think it's any secret here that we have some pretty busy, hectic lives in today's world. You've been on this journey with me while I had like little bitty kids, and now I have teenage kids, and I've had days where I just feel completely overwhelmed. But I make it a point on those days where like I need quiet time. I need time to myself. I need time to process things. So I make it a point, even if it's at like the very, very end of the night, where I sit down at my machine and I start piecing. I have projects all over the place. I'm not gonna lie, we're not like any project shortage at my house, but I start piecing, and without even realizing it, like I feel lighter, I feel more in control, and that is the power of quilting. Benefit number two is that quilting actually boosts creative and mental focus. Can you believe it? It really does. Quilting isn't just relaxing, it's also an incredible brain workout. So every time you choose your fabrics, your design, your layouts, you are you're engaging parts of your brain that improve focus, memory, and creativity. In fact, studies show that creative hobbies like quilting can actually reduce the risk of cognitive decline as we age, keeping your minds sharper even longer. I'm starting to think like I need to quilt more. It's this perfect balance of structure and creativity, because my background is actually in the studio arts, like clay and painting, and I mean things that just get you just completely filthy while you're working on. Okay, fabric is a little bit cleaner, unless you take into account the threads that get everywhere. But some days I follow a pattern, and other days I like do improv quilting. Either way, my brain is fully engaged, and I love that feeling. I love creating those designs and knowing that I may have been the very first person to put together this combination of fabric and design, and nothing like this exists anywhere else in the world. So in short, creativity equals brain fuel. Benefit number three is that quilting creates a sense of comfort and connection. There is something deeply comforting about quilting, isn't there? You feel it, right? The rhythm and the stitches, the slow hum of the sewing machine, the weight of the fabric, the knowing that you're creating something beautiful with your own hands, and going back just a little bit, something one of a kind. But beyond that, quilting connects us to history, to community, and to each other. quilting was never meant to be a solo task. Whether you do quilt by yourself mostly, or you're a part of a guild, or you share your work online, there is something so powerful about being part of the quilting community. And I might be slightly biased, but it is one of my most favorite groups of people in this world. And I promise you that there's a quilter out there who would love to connect with you and who would love to be quilting with you. You know, some of my favorite moments in quilting aren't even about the quilts themselves. It's these friendships that we build, the encouragement that is this shared love of fabric, and we get giddy over new fabric lines. And, you know, quilting makes the world feel like this smaller community of very, very kind people. So if you are in the quilting world and you don't feel like you have a group of people that you can count on, or people that you can like go to whenever you have questions, other than like, you know, the YouTube community, which the YouTube community is fantastic and amazing. But if you are looking for a closer, more knit group of quilters that you can get to know and actually develop friendships with, I have a group called the Stitch Sister Inner Circle, and it is a wonderful group of the most amazing women on this planet. I'm not going to lie. Okay. I'm not going to lie. They're amazing. They're so good and they're so friendly. And we get together and we meet via Zoom. We have this community online, and I have quilters from all over the US. So yeah, if you're looking for a place, we've got a place for you. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box down below this video so you can check it out. I believe that quilting is more than just a craft. It's a form of self-care. It is a brain boosting superpower and a way to bring a little bit more comfort into your life. So if you're ever having a tough day, just remember, one stitch at a time, one block at a time, you are creating something beautiful. And that is absolutely a skill that is worth celebrating. I really want to know, what is the biggest way that quilting has impacted your life? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead, hit that like button. It helps more quilters find this video, and subscribe if you love quilting, self-care, and creativity. So I am off to do a little bit of quilting therapy myself. I have some projects that I am working on, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you next week. I'm Kristen with ICStarsQuilting.com. I'll see you later. Bye.